In one of my most popular videos, I talked about the 5 fastest growing industries to look at if you want to start a business in 2021. That is great to know, but how do you actually get a business started? Today, I'm going to show you in this video the 5-step process to identify and test $1 million business ideas. Here are the steps. The 5-step $1 million weekend process. Number 1, idea. Do your research to identify $1 million problems. Dose, demand. Figure out how many people are interested in your $1 million solution. Number 3, customer worth. Find out how much your potential customers are actually worth. And 4 is TAM, which is figure out how big the market is for your $1 million solution. Size of the total available market, TAM. And number 5 is validate. Get your first paying customers. Step 1, finding an idea. So one of the fastest growing markets I covered in my best business ideas for 2021 video was male grooming. So here's the data we presented. The industry alone grew 200% from 2015 to 2020. It's a $141 billion market. That is bonkers to me. On the reddit.com/subreddit, male hair advice, male grooming, male plush, these categories are going viral. They doubled in the past few years. So we're gonna dig deeper today into these markets and find opportunities for you to start $1 million businesses this year and beyond. So there's 3 techniques I like recommending in figuring out the business ideas as part of part 1. Number 1 is digging into relevant communities, such as Reddit, to see where the problems and topics are that are popular. 2, look at what's already popular in these categories. And number 3, my favorite, solve your own problem first. Let's dive deeper into each of these methods. So number 1, looking at relevant subreddits for your product category to get business ideas. The thing I recommend here is look at the top post on that subreddit. So on reddit.com/r/male grooming, here's some of the top ones. Quarantine haircut by my girlfriend, not too shabby. Damn, dude looks good. Lockdown haircuts. Cut my face, made a mess, took 2 hours, but I got her done. Here are some of the opportunities now from just kind of browsing this Reddit from just a few minutes. So number 1, offering haircuts at home to friends. A simple way that you can do that is text your friends, post on social, email them, call them, say, hey, do you want me to bring a barber to your house? You don't need a website, you don't need a Shopify, you don't need anything. And if anyone actually says yes, then go call up barber shops and see if anyone will actually go to their house and close the sale that way. I actually had a service come in to me called the Barber Benz. This is a little bit more extravagant, but it was already an existing haircut place up in North Austin. They took a truck, retrofitted a little bit, and now they'll actually just come to your house. And by the way, it's not just in male grooming. This is probably a business idea about bringing things to people's houses. Now it's just food delivery, but I think there's other categories you can consider. Another business idea just from this is, what if you actually sold these vans? So for all the barbers out there or barber shops, say, hey, you can rent a van. Think about it, it's the parallel of the food truck industry. Huh, interesting, right? So same thing, you can actually sell these vans or rent them out for barbers or barber shops. They already have maybe a clientele. Another thing that's really interesting by looking at all the different Reddit sub-posts, if there's all these people talking about haircuts, you can actually create a review site for home hair cutting equipment. There's a YouTube channel available for that, or just a blog reviewing them and doing Amazon affiliate links. Then the last thing I can recommend is you could either have a kit, like a DIY kit, as well as an info course to cut your own hair at home. So this is actually a business that we've seen do it. It's called the selfcutsystem.com, and they sell kits. That is so cool. So it's gonna be a mirror, clippers, and you use your phone. Wow, that is a really neat idea to actually cutting your own hair at home. Selfcutsystem.com. I love this stuff. A lot of the limitations that were created here by COVID and all the things that have happened are gonna create a lot of ingenuity and stuff like this. Here's a quick pro tip. If you find a company that's already doing the business that you thought of, be like, oh, I shouldn't do it. No. It means you still can do it. So if you haven't heard of them before, or they're not really that big, it means they're not doing a great job and there's an opportunity. Think about this, there are so many Mexican restaurants in your own town. Like in Austin alone, there's probably like thousands. So there's always room for more unique businesses in every category. Another trend that we noticed from just looking on Reddit is male makeovers. So a lot of the last year's top posts on /male grooming were before and after pictures, just like this good looking dude. This is another guy, got the haircut and trying out of context. What do you guys think? Dude, guy looks good. Let's check out these other ones. Damn! Also, if you just make your pic not blurry, it looks a lot better. That's the secret. So what are some of the ideas business-wise just from looking at that? 1, YouTube channel documenting before and afters of men. Think about Oprah, Ellen, they have a lot of this stuff on there. It's already really popular. You can create an entertainment brand around that. Next up, personal style grooming consultant. If there's a lot of guys out there that want this advice, this is actually how my buddy Alpha M, Aaron Marino, started out, a huge YouTube channel where he started out as a fashion consultant. He actually created YouTube content around it, and now that's the big business for him. So imagine, by the way, how powerful your marketing could be with a bunch of before and after pictures like this of your client's transformation. So I love the idea of male makeovers, either as a YouTube channel or as a brand consultant. Another idea just from this is pubic hair trimming. No, I did not say public hair trimming. I actually said pubic hair trimming. So if you're a man, you know you struggled with this in the past. I just learned about it a few years ago, true story, but it looks like a lot of people have not figured it out. So there is a post about it. How do I cut my pubic hair? This is a popular thing on Reddit. You can't go to the barber for obvious reasons. What is the best way to cut my own pubic hair? So the opportunity from here is that most people are still using trimmers designed for their head or for their beard. And actually, a lot of them are just for the beard. There is a company called Manscaped. They're sponsoring a bunch of YouTubers. I've tried it. It's really meant for like your face more than anything, and maybe your armpits, maybe your chest. It means that there's still an opportunity and a huge market and really interesting marketing that could happen for promoting the pubic hair razor. So if anyone else does that, come sponsor the show. We'll promote the hell out of you. So next up is we're gonna check out the best-selling products on sites like Amazon. So look up the best sellers in male grooming. So some of the top product categories for male grooming: mouthwash, oral rinse. Holy crap, 22,000 ratings. High-powered toothbrushes, body shavers, body wash. That's interesting. You don't see a lot of body wash companies. So I think the opportunity around any of these top brands that I just talked about is that you can take one of them and figure out how to improve on the actual product, the price, the delivery method, maybe it's just the branding in general. So let's do some specific examples. So if you take oral hygiene, what is it? Philips and Sonicare have dominated these industries for so long. And then Quip, a startup, actually started making electric toothbrushes really, really simple, and you could travel with them and turn them into a smart device. Plus, they added a refill description, so you can get your toothpaste and your stuff refilled regularly. Another category you guys may have heard about, it's called Hims, so forhims.com. So they actually started out for baldness, so you go and you use their stuff, and they just took the stuff that became generic and used it on their hair, and now they use erectile dysfunction, anxiety, and depression. They've actually expanded it to a lot of care for men. They're the second fastest startup to become $1 billion company. And number 3 way to come up with more business ideas based on some of the research that we've been doing is solve your own problems. So look for things that you love or look for the things that suck. So what I love, recently I got a mirror for my shower, so, like that, so I can shave. That's an opportunity to bring that to the mainstream. Being bald or getting a bald head, it actually is kind of a pain in the ass to do. Another thing that sucks though, instead of something that I love, is that buying razors for bald and cream for bald heads, it's annoying, and it honestly takes probably 3 to 5 minutes to shave my head. So I would dreaming for a thing I can just go like this, and it just, my head is shaved. As well, another thing that's annoying is my beard is kind of itchy, and I've tried all these things, so if you came out with the softest oil or beard cream, that would be amazing. So the final important step here is that just pick any of these ideas. They're all great. And don't worry if your idea isn't $1 million idea. You can come back to your list of ideas and pick another one. But for now, pick one. That's the most important thing, is the action from taking something. So for this video, by the way, I'm gonna look into the pubic hair trimmer market and seeing if this is $1 million idea and if we can actually get customers around it. I didn't want to do this video, but Jeremy on our team said, how many men are on earth that probably trim their pubic hair are interested in it? Hundreds of millions? It's a large ass market. It's the same amount of time to work on any type of business. So $1 million weekend is about going for the biggest opportunity and most fun. All right, so step 2 in our $1 million weekend process is figure out how many people are interested in this. So we're gonna use a couple of tools for this. One is Google Trends, SpyFu, Google AdWords, and Facebook ads to basically gauge how many people are interested in this topic. Look at if the market is actually growing, declining, or if it's just stagnant. We want to be a part of the giant tidal wave that's coming. So if you look at beard trimmer, it does seem like it's something that's growing a little bit bigger over time, which is really, really promising. And then we're gonna look at a product like Manscaped, which is really popular. You see them all over YouTube. I mean, it's gone from a very quiet to exploding. So it seems like this is a very, very growing market that has a lot of opportunity. Next, we're gonna look up at SpyFu. So it looks like they're getting somewhere on the range of 70,000 monthly clicks from organic traffic. That is freaking huge. They're in a category where they almost have no competition, which is great for someone that's aggressive and wants to create a business doing the pubic hair. That is a lot. I like that we're seeing these kind of numbers. Next up, we're gonna take a look at the Google Keyword Planner. It looks like 19,000 impressions from beard trimmer. It's about $1.31 a click, which is actually really, really cheap. Not too many clicks are driven by it a month. But what I like about this is that it doesn't actually seem that expensive to reach the audience who was looking specifically for something to buy. Last up, we're gonna look at Facebook ads. So we're gonna look at men that are 18 and older that are interested in hair removal. This is people that are interested in self-care. And it looks like over 1 million people. Whatever idea you're doing, does this seem like a category that's gonna be bigger and growing? Yes, the answer is yes. I hope you chose that. The thing is, which of these businesses is gonna work best? Let's dive into that and actually figure out what idea to do. By the way, if you're a man or you like men, can you hit that like button if you've liked this video so far? Step 3, find out how much your customer is worth. So how much money are people actually spending on beard trimming and men's grooming? So as I mentioned earlier, most of the people here just use a regular beard trimmer. Just trim that stuff down there. Sorry, mom. So let's look at the range of prices for the Amazon's best sellers. So they have trimmers from $30, $40, $42. It looks like it ranges between $40 and $70. And as you know, with Amazon, a lot of it's priced on the lower end. Now let's actually take a look at Manscaped. So their starter lawn mower, that's pretty good, is $70, probably plus tax, so about 70 bucks. So now that we know that people are paying somewhere on the range of around $70 for like a good quality trimmer. If you're liking this video so far and you're a man or love men, make sure to subscribe to that channel and hit that notification bell where I do my weekly live office hours. Plus, I give away free stuff like I did my Tesla last year. Number 4, how big is the market? So TAM is your total addressable market. So TAM specifically is the amount of people that are available to buy the product, and how much they're actually willing to spend is the total size of the market of the product or category. So why even calculate any of this? It's a good question. So it's because we each have the same amount of time. So why not work on a bigger market with a larger upside? It's gonna take you the same amount of time and effort, but this has a much bigger opportunity in the future. So if the TAM is greater than $1 million, I would say you have $1 million idea. So let's calculate the TAM for our pubic hair trimmer for men. Within the next couple of years, let's say 5% of the market would be interested in our product that we're creating. On Facebook and these channels, we've seen around 2 million times $70 of the product. So that is a $7 million opportunity that we could likely have in future years to come. So the total available market for ourselves is definitely over $1 million. So we do have $1 million idea, and I'm rich! No, I'm not yet. We didn't cover margins, we didn't cover price testing and so on, but this is just a quick test to make sure that there's a potential huge market for things you're working on. So step 5, now that you have $1 million idea, is to go get your first customers. So I did a video live right up here. You should definitely watch this where you can see me take some of these ideas and actually get customers live on air. I'll see you out there, and I love you. Pew, pew.